Is the roguelike gold rush over? Like, in 2025, can a brand new indie still grab a slice of this pie, or are we just fighting over crumbs? Here's why I'm making this video. On Steam, the tag is still blowing up. Since 2024 alone, we've seen over 2,700 roguelike or roguelite launches. And here's the kicker. More than 2,000 of those, about 77%, barely hit 100 reviews. The outcomes are way more polarized now. A tiny group rockets up the charts, while most don't even get noticed. In fact, only a small slice even cracks 5,000 copies. So what's really going on, and is there still opportunity? That's the big question. When I say roguelike, I'm talking fast runs, tons of randomness, real risk, usually permadeath, and that magical one more try loop. Meta progression, totally optional but super common. And look, players are still wishlisting and buying these. Balatro, Buckshot Roulette, Halls of Torment, Backpack Battles, Soulstone Survivors, Nine Kings, The King is Watching, and plenty more. Their wins actually point to patterns we can measure. Now, here's the fantasy. You crank out a roguelike in 4 months. It goes viral. Reviews go crazy. You win awards, quit your job, go full-time indie, retire on a beach, reality check. Most games, they barely get reviews, let alone sales. The success stories are loud, but they really skew our expectations. If you're a dev, you can't just copy the headline. You've got to read the data. So in this video, I'll zoom out with some fresh numbers, show you how the market really looks in 2025, and, more importantly, where the actual opportunities are. If you love roguelikes, or you're building one, this could save you a ton of time, money, and heartbreak. All right, let's dive in. Over the past decade, roguelikes have really blown up. The real stretch, though, came after 2020. For a few years, we were still seeing almost 50% year-over-year growth. At that pace, by 2026, we'll probably pass 3,000 roguelike or roguelite titles on the market. Bottom line, the pool's getting bigger and the lane's getting crowded. So I pulled every roguelike released since 2022 and checked their reception on Steam Spy. One interesting pattern popped up. Volume is way up, but the share of well-reviewed games isn't actually shrinking. Here's the breakdown. Games rated over 85% positive jumped from 23 in 2020 to 54 in 2024. That's about a 24% compound annual growth rate. The S-tier group, those above 95%, went from 7 in 2020 to 15 in 2024. That's around 21% growth. Here comes translation. The bar for a hit didn't drop. Instead, the number of strong contenders went up. Competition's tougher, and players are getting pickier and more segmented. So, are these games actually selling? If we use SteamDB review counts as a sales proxy, here's what shows up. On the low end, it's swelling. The very low review bucket grew from about 24% in 2020 to over 41% in 2025. Games with 0 reviews almost doubled. The middle's holding steady. Titles in the 100 to 499 review band kept climbing, which means if you've got solid quality and basic marketing, you can still buy visibility and hit a baseline. The top end thinned out. Games with 500 or more reviews dropped from about 18% to just over 8%. Organic breakouts are rarer now. Fewer titles are climbing that high. So the one-liner takeaway? Squeezed at the extremes, opportunity in the middle. Aishi. The bottom's more crowded, the top's more scarce, but the middle remains the most realistic growth lane for most teams. Put it all together, volume, quality, and sales, and here are 4 plays that work. 1. Launch to be seen. Spend early on visibility festivals, Next Fest, creator keys, press kits. Goal number 1 isn't topping the charts, it's just escaping single digits. Push reviews from 0 into the 10 to 50 plus range to clear the invisibility threshold. 2. Win the middle, then climb. Treat 100 to 499 reviews as a milestone. Use updates, events, and pricing tweaks to grind toward 500 plus. 3. Lead with a hook. With more high-rated games out there, you won't cross 500 reviews without a sharp theme hook or a mechanical hook that sells. Nail the why this game question first, then layer on art and content. 4. Play the long game. The bottom swelling, the top's narrowing. Consistently owning the middle and iterating for spikes, beats betting everything on one lightning in. A bottle moment. Why do so many indies pick roguelikes, and why do players keep showing up? Quick pass players, devs, and data. Then we'll lock in the takeaway. For players, it's easy to see bite-sized runs, 10 to 15 minutes a pop. In boom, fun out. You can pause anytime, no guilt. Fresh every time. Items, enemies, events reshuffle, so every run feels like a new story. Even when you lose, it still feels like, alright, one more try. Bang for your buck. Same price, usually way more hours. These games are absolute value monsters, built to spread. Highlight moments are non-stop, perfect for streams, TikToks, and YouTube shorts. Word of mouth travels fast. For devs, the appeal is just as strong. Scope you can actually ship. Nail one tight core loop, then layer on content as you go. Systems beat asset piles. Rules, parameters, procedural generation, tons of content for cheap. Huge headroom. Add one item set, one enemy, one rule tweak. Boom, you've got tons of permutations. Small team ready. Success here rewards smart design and numbers, not a 50-person art team. And the data backs it up. Market size? Roguelikes were estimated at about $3.2 billion in 2024, headed toward roughly $8.1 billion by 2033. That's a solid 10.5% compound annual growth rate from 2026 to 2033. Community heat? The roguelike community on Reddit keeps climbing. Big jump after 2020, then holding at a higher plateau. That matches longer playtimes and some big breakout hits. Search interest? Google Trends for roguelike went from around 30 in 2020 to about 65 in 2024 and 2025, peaking close to 100 in 2025. So demand isn't the issue. Supply's what got tougher, which means if you're making one, you've got to make it good and get it seen. And yeah, you've seen those flashy thumbnails. Built a roguelike in 2 weeks, made 50,000, ratings through the roof. Cool stories. But reality? Reality needs a playbook. Next up, how to actually turn a roguelike into a discoverable, genuinely good game broken down into a checklist you can follow. Alright, so where's the upside for roguelikes in 2025? I've got 4 plays, quick hits, no fluff. Number 1, keep the rush front and center. One choice, huge swing. Forget the tiny 1% buffs. We want paradigm flips. Rules invert, weapons morph, scoring systems rewire. Viewers should see the spike the moment you pick. Think rules over content piles. Every choice should shift my plan. Make that pop clear, loud, and repeatable. 10 extra levels won't beat one great spike. Number 2, innovate at the systems layer. Players are tired of yet another action roguelike, but systems level novelty, that space is still wide open. Less raw combat, more economy. Swap the pure damage grind for risk and reward. Rewrite scoring, currencies, and pricing. Lean into backpack or inventory combos. Co-op is underserved but overperforming on Steam. A roguelike with couch play, remote play, or even light async or chat-driven audience input can deliver cheap co-play vibes that feel fresh. Gut check is our new idea. Really in the system, or did we just add another pile of affixes? Number 3, you need an obvious hook. If it's survivors-like, draw a line in the sand. Maybe it's real class and squad synergy. Maybe terrain and physics actually matter. Maybe it's a build meets tower defense hybrid, or maybe it's striking art with instant readability. Deck builder, don't stay flat, dough, spatial, board-based, or form shifting so the build reads at a glance. No obvious hook? Don't ship. If you can't pitch it in one breath, the store page isn't going to save you. Number 4, build for shareability. Think buckshot roulette energy, tiny inputs, huge tension, strong framing. Runs around 20 to 40 minutes, 3 to 5 hours to clear. Retention comes from mutable rules and challenges. It's stream and clip native. Watchability comes first. Short turns, clean rules, loud spikes. Viewers should get the power hit in 3 seconds flat. Creators should be able to explain your core loop without a tutorial. Clip-friendly pricing and scope, a low entry price. Say $3 to $10 plus dense variable rules equals a faster try and share loop. This lane is crowded. The roguelikes that actually survive usually hit 4 boxes: a strong core rush, real systems level novelty, a clear hook, and genuine shareability. In 2025 and beyond, the risk reward gets harsher. Nail just 1 or 2, and you'll probably get buried, hit 3 or more, and you've actually got a shot at getting seen. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment with the next roguelike you think is going to blow up, and tell me in one line why. If you're a dev, share your store page or your demo. I'll pick the hottest, most defensible entries and do a full teardown. And hey, if this helped, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Today's charts and the full checklist are linked in the pinned comment. Next episode, I'll be breaking down a trending roguelike, how it's designed, and how it spreads. Stay tuned.